Welcome to Fortress Learning. This short video will walk us through how to navigate and use your learner portal. So on the screen in front of me, you'll see what the portal will look like when you first log in. So you should have received what's called a Create Your Global Account email, and that will give you access to sign up and log into this portal. And the very first thing you'll actually see is a welcome message that looks like this. This is a message from Mel, our CEO, just welcoming you to Fortress Learning. You'll then click the Get Started button and it will bring you to your home page. You'll see a few things here that you won't see when you first attend. This area will be completely blank and you may see one or more courses. So we're showing you a couple of different courses just because they're all set up in the one test site. But you'll see the course that you've enrolled for, whether that's 2 or 3 short courses, you'll see them all if you enroll at the same time and you can complete them one by one. This page acts as your safe space, your home page. Anytime that you're lost or anything within the portal, if you always hit the Fortress Learning sign just above here, then it's going to bring you back to this home page and you can navigate from there. On the right hand side, we'll start with, you'll see course announcements. These are, important announcements. If, we're having a non-contact week, or if Christmas is coming and no one's going to be around, it will give you any announcements or important messages. So keep an eye on this one. It also gives you access to external Facebook peer support groups and the Fortress Facebook peer-to-peer support group. So these are really good if you're in the training world and you just want to connect with other trainers and assessors, then you can join these teams. At the very top on the right hand side here, you'll see some icons. Under the question mark icon, if we click on that, you've got some help guides. You can get the welcome message. You can submit feedback. We love feedback, so any feedback you've got, please do submit. And also you can do a help request. So we'll talk about that just in a bit, because the help request is also down here in this little question marks. We'll talk about that as we get into the course. Then in the pencil, this lets you update any of your details. So there's your profile settings, any payments you've made, any memberships or licenses that you've provided us with to enroll. We'll store these in here. Agreements, that's not needed because this isn't funded. And then this one is a really good thing to have to show for PD on top of your certificate. This is an academic transcript. So what this will do is show the non-accredited qualification that you're enrolled for. It will show the e-learning modules that you're enrolled for as part of that qualification. It's showing them as booked. When they're in progress, it will show as in progress. When they're complete, it will show as complete. And then it's showing the assessment sections, and it shows as booked or in progress or satisfactory or try again. So you can keep this as a kind of in progress copy of your work if your boss is to ask, for example. And this is live, so it's updated as you're completing your modules and your assessments. So it's a really good capture of your progress and a good progress checker as well. So you access that, as I said, by clicking on the little pencil and then clicking on academic transcript. Okay, we've also got a calendar, and then this one with the T shows a T because this is a test site. Yours will show your initials. You can access all of those things that you need, and you can, update your profile. You can customize, do all of that through here. Okay, so as I said before, we're going to go back to the home page by clicking on the Fortress button. And now we're going to access the course. So to access the course, you'll have the bouncy boxes here with your course name. Don't access these buttons because it's going to navigate you to places that you then need to come out of. So rather click on the title and it will pull you in to the actual course. So this is where all the meat and bones are, so to speak. This is where you do all your learning and your assessment. So you'll see on the left-hand side, we've got the course overview. Again, we've got announcements. So this will give you any announcements for this course. The ones we saw on the home page, if I click back in, All of these ones that are on your homepage are global announcements. That means that everyone, no matter the course they're doing, can see those. But when you go into your course, any announcements in this are course specific. So they are announcements linked only to your course. Workshops, this would only be relevant if there was an actual face-to-face or a Zoom workshop. Resources and payments will show any invoices or payments, and assessment results will show your assessment results. So we'll look at assessments in a minute, but I'll show you this quickly. If it's satisfactory, you'll see a satisfactory one in there. If it's not yet satisfactory or you need to try again, you'll see it here. And if you've submitted something, you'll see in here. This one shows all the results. To get back, go to course overview. Course overview is always the area that you're going to need to see. And this is where we then look at the modules. So this will show you how many modules you have to complete and your course dates. This is where your course ends. You'll also see your units, and for short courses, they're non-accredited, so they're not actual units of competency from a qualification, so they are named internally. So you'll see this one's called Standards for RTOs, and course details just gives you an overview if you need it. There's not really anything in terms of course details here because this is all in your learner plan. So we're going to go back to the learning plan. You can click learning plan here. You can view the full learning plan overview, which gives you an outline of what this course is all about, or you can also watch the videos. So we're going to walk through the modules and I'll give you a look at the top view. So you'll have as many modules as are in your course. So for example, with this Standards for RTOs course, it's actually 8 different courses that can be bought as a bundle or in multiples or just one. So if you, for example, are a trainer and assessor and you just want to do the course for trainers and assessors, you may only see course 4 on here. If you want to do all 8, as we're seeing on here, you can see all of them on here. So the way that the course is structured and the number of modules for a course really depends on the course itself. Different short courses will have different amounts of modules, but they're all set up in the same way. We've always got an orientation module at the beginning, and then we've always got a finalizing your course at the end. The orientation module is super duper important. So if we open the orientation module up, you can see a full module overview. You'll then have this Learner Portal navigation video, so you can access it and watch it again. And then you'll have the course overview video. So this one's the 2025 Standards for RTOs overview video. This takes you through all of your course content. So what are you going to learn in this course? What are the assessments going to be like? We then have some additional useful resources. So we've got these awesome, there's about 90 of them, videos from Laurie Kelly. They're worth about $6,000 to purchase. So do try and watch them during your enrollment time if you can. It's a great addition to any professional development plan. So do watch those. There's a little video on how to use AI correctly to assist with assessment. So we are big advocates for learning through the use of AI, but not necessarily advocates for lacking that integrity of authenticity in assessment. So it is about using AI as a tool, not to just copy and paste information across. So this video just walks us through how to use it properly. At the end of your module, you can put complete module, and that will turn the module blue. Show you. You can leave us some feedback and write some in, and then submit that to us. And then you can close that module up and it will show your module as complete. To start with the actual course itself, and all modules will look the same, so I'm just going to walk us through one here. So we open it up, and the very first thing you'll see is your RISE, an overview of the plan. So this tells you what your learning looks like, which is done through RISE, and what your assessment looks like. We then go down, there's a little video that you can watch on accessing your lessons in RISE, so you know exactly what to do, but I'm also going to show you here. So when I click on the bouncy box, to access the lessons. It's going to open up a new window. Let's give it a second. There's a few windows opening. Yours may do this, it depends, but it's just showing us exactly how this works. It will load the content and there we go. So you can then start your course and you'll see that the course is structured with all the interactive videos so you can work through in your own time. Okay. So I'm then going to come out of here, click it all down. You can go in and out of your course as much as you like. That's the learning only. There are no assessments within that RISE module. It's a separate platform that has the building blocks of that learning. Once you're finished with your lessons, it will show as satisfactory. And you will then scroll down and you will be ready for your knowledge assessment. Okay, so this is the actual assessment that you'll complete to consolidate that learning from your RISE lessons. So you'll click these open, the knowledge questions, read the text, and then you'll start your attempt. So you start your attempt, let's scroll back. You can resume, or it will say start attempt, either at the bottom in the blue button in the bottom right-hand sort of section of your window, or at the top right-hand section of your window. So if we resume, they're all automated questions. So, you know, there's no short answer response. They're all multi-answer, case study multi-answer. There's some match and list. So they're fairly straightforward. If you do get stuck, if something's not working, if a link's broken or anything were to happen, because we work in an industry where URLs for websites gets updated all the time. So if, for example, you were to click on this link and it didn't take you to the compliance standards as it's supposed to, then just let us know. So the way that you let us know is you can see up here, there's a little question mark, which says ask a question. So if you click on that, it's going to come up with specific assessments. So it's specifically about this particular knowledge test. Or if it's just, oh, you know, I really just need help with whatever. And you will then, oh, it's not letting me submit. Oh, because we need. So we'll say it's a locked module, cannot access. We then submit this and that will come through to our support team who will then be in touch with you. Okay, I won't submit it because then our support team will contact us. So you can also drag and drop or browse any files to drag or drop any attachments in if you need us to see it like screenshots. So just let us know exactly what the problem is by hitting ask a question. Okay, as you go through all of the questions, you'll then hit submit assessment. If all questions are correct, then you'll get an automatic satisfactory result and you can leave some feedback and you can access and print off those assessment questions. There are 3 to 4 attempts per question. So if you do get it wrong, a lot of times, it will automatically go to the next question and you will get an automatic response of not yet satisfactory at the end. It's very rare that that happens, but don't worry because you get the 3 attempts per question, but you also get 3 attempts per overarching knowledge assessment. And if there are any issues, you know, if you keep getting the question wrong and you think this isn't right, I know I'm correct, it could be a fault of our system. So again, make sure you ask us that question. If you're feeling like, I know I've got the right answer here, why is it wrong? Let us know. Sometimes there are glitches in these matrices and we can sort it out very, very quickly. Okay, so to come out, we're going to exit. And to get back to your course, the best way to get back nice and quickly to your course is in this toolbar here. So you'll see this is the pathway from home through to everything we need. So we're going to go back to the main overview and then you can continue on with all your other courses. You'll see here that we've got a knowledge questions that has already been marked satisfactory. So we can have a look at this here and see that this has been marked as satisfactory. And if we go to assessment results, we can see here that it's satisfactory, and you'll see this as well. And on your home page, as soon as you've submitted an assessment and it's been marked, it will pop up on this home page and it will say satisfactory or not satisfactory. When it is marked, you'll also receive an email to say that it's been marked. So every time you're submitting an assessment, it's going to pop up on this homepage here for easy view, but also be accessible within your course as well. So you'll be able to see it within your module. You'll be able to see it in your assessment results here. And as I said, if we go to the homepage by clicking the fortress sign, you'll be able to see it on your homepage. Okay, so that's the learning plan. It's a simple case of, as I said, start your learning, access your lessons by clicking on the bouncy box here, and then access your knowledge test to consolidate and be assessed for that knowledge. All questions are automated. They're multiple choice or case studies, as I said, so they're fairly straightforward. But if you have a problem, ask a question in the little ask a question box at the top right hand corner. And if you're in the learner portal and you have a question, you'll see there's a little question box here. Again, you can ask general questions or specific assessment questions here. So that's how you can get in contact with us. The very final module that you will see, and again, depending on the amount of modules, it could be that you have just the orientation, a single module, and then a finalizing your course. Everyone has a finalizing your course. We open this up, and this is our trigger for sending you a certificate of completion. So it's super important that this part is completed because it lets us know that you're ready to graduate. So you'll open it up and there's a little video from our team saying congratulations. It's then the final steps. There's some external review sites that you can access. We would love it if you enjoyed the course. Please do go in and tell others, because our internal have your say really is for our students that are already enrolled, but these sites are publicly available so people can see if you really love us. And even if you don't, you know, we want the truth. It's always really important to be as truthful as possible because it helps us improve. So you can leave those public reviews there. What we will ask you to do is complete a very, very short, have your say feedback survey. This actually gets submitted to, and we'll go through it together. This gets submitted to us manually, and it's manually marked by us because it triggers the certificate of completion. So you would start the attempt, you would put, what did you like the most? Would you recommend us? You'll save, you'll submit, you'll sign, and you'll do this for all of them. And that will pull you through and it will show that you've submitted your survey to us. And that will trigger, as I said, the final certificate of completion to be sent. So we'll go back to the learning plan. We'll see this is now showing as submitted. See there? And once that's marked, you'll receive an email. You can access it. There'll be a congratulations message from the team, and we will then provide you with a certificate of completion for the course that you're enrolled into. So this is the document that you will keep as evidence of completing the course, of professional development hours, and so on. Okay, so good luck. We look forward to assisting you should you need it, and we hope you enjoy this short course. Thanks so much.